we're going to start on the black paper. We're going to go at the very top. We're going to measure from our pinky at the very top of the paper and draw a line. And then we're going to go at the bottom of the paper as well. Put my hands down, 4 fingers for top and bottom. So then that leaves my drawing area. I'm going to start by drawing the pumpkin and the steps I was taught in the last couple of days. I'm going to draw the pumpkin out. Remember to draw out and then go back in. Now I'm going to, that looks a little too short. I'm going to fix that. Now when you erase, be very gentle. Gently push. Do not scrub really hard because it's going to mess up the paper. All right, so I'm going to put my pumpkin on the side. So once again, instead of 4 fingers, I'm going to do 3 fingers from the top and 4 fingers from the bottom. Okay. Now I'm going to draw my pumpkin. Now my pumpkin, my larger pumpkin, is going to sit a little bit behind my first pumpkin. Yours may not. It may be off to the side, depending on how you measured it out. And that's okay. It doesn't have to go behind. Mine just happens to be that way. Okay. Now I'm going to draw the stems. Don't forget the spiral and the stripes coming down. And it's the second section on each side. Okay, and you may want to go in and just kind of clean up a little bit and get rid of that mapping line. You remember, just push gently, don't scrub. I'm going to add my curlicue, my leaves, remember, drawing the larger is the best. Okay, you can add some vines in there if you like, or veins, excuse me, not vines. Then I'm going to draw the table. I'm going to start from one side, hold my hand down, and lift up my pencil, and then join it back. So I'm going to draw my vine now. I'm going to start here and bring it like an S all the way down and across. And I'm going to do that twice. So I'm going to come here and stay as close as I can to the first line that I drew. And then I'm going to take my end here and I'm going to turn it into a curly. Okay. I'm going to go in and add my stems. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can do up to 10, maybe 9. Okay. And now I'm going to add my football leaves. You can add whatever leaves you'd like to have. Now look here. You see I have the pumpkin showing through. I want to gently take my eraser and gently rub and get rid of the pumpkin inside the leaf. Okay. I'm going to come here and I notice that I have pumpkin. Not only, I've got it right there in that little stem, so I cleared that out. And here, I have a little bit of pumpkin in the stem and the leaf, so I'm going to make sure I clean that out so that it looks like the leaf is sitting right on top of the pumpkin and not the pumpkin being seen through the leaf. Okay, so now the drawing part is complete. Now you're going to have your crayons. And so if you're not sure how a crayon is going to look, my suggestion is that you turn it over and try it on the back to see if you like it. Because you may not like that color. You may want to do a different color so that you can see the difference. So turn your paper to the back and try it out. So I'm going to use this color, and we're going to start with the vine first. So I'm going to trace my vine. And I'm going to have to do it twice because remember the vine is thick. Because I don't want any pencil showing. Okay, so I need to clean that up right there. Make it a little thicker. And make it thicker here because I can see the pencil. Okay. Now the next step, I'm going to go over this a little bit more. Okay, the next step is to do the stems. So you just kind of press down and go kind of back and forth to make it thick. This one's a big one, so I'm going to make sure I get that there. And then I want to go in and draw my leaves. And I did the football leaves. Now all we're doing today is we are tracing. That is all we're doing. We are tracing the drawing that we did. Okay, now for my leaves up here, I want them to be a different color. So I'm choosing a different green. And sometimes, like in this case, you might have to pull some of that paper off. And that's okay. I'm going to go in and I'm going to trace my leaf. Notice I'm stopping because there's a pumpkin right there. So I'm going to stop. And I'm pressing firmly. And I'm going to come over to this side. Okay. Now for the pumpkins, there's two different color oranges you should have. There's a light orange and a dark orange. And once again, if you're not sure about the color, you can turn it over and trace it on, on the other side to test it out. I happen to know what color orange I like. I like the darker orange. So then I'm going to go in and I'm going to trace my pumpkin. Now I'm going to stop right there because I don't want to go into the green leaf. And then I'm going to come down here. Awesome. I always start with the middle section. I don't know why. And you notice I stop right there, but then there's a little bit of pumpkin between these two green, the leaf and the vine. So I'm going to draw that little bit of pumpkin there. And see how I stop? I don't go over that green. I'm going to stop right at the green. I'm going to stop there and then pick it back up down here. Stop and then pick up. Go a little bit further to the green here. And then it's still down here too. I can still see part of the pumpkin down here. So I'm going to go there and fill that in. Okay, a little bit of pumpkin right there in that little bitty section. Fix that and come down. Then all that's left is my stems. And remember to press firm. And then I'm going to do my curlicues. I'm going to do those this really cool looking blue color. So that they can stand out a little bit. Okay. And then one more thing we're going to do is you need to decide what color your table is going to be. I'm going to keep it this really pretty blue. And I'm going to trace it. I'm not going to go over the vine here. I'm going to pick up. And so, in order to be finished with this today, everything needs to be traced just like you see here. And you do not have to take a picture of this. You do not have to take a picture of this. This is all we need for today. And if you're finished with this, you can do your free draw.